Welcome to River Cities, the show about the great river cities of Newport and St. Paul Park. I'm your host, Jon Lyksett, and today we're at Everyday Disc Golf in Newport, Minnesota. I'm joined today by Tom Marcus, who's the owner of Everyday Disc Golf. Tom, thanks for having us here today.
Hey, John, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for this. Tell me a little bit, for people that maybe don't know, what is disc golf exactly?
Sure. Disc golf is a game that mirrors the game of golf. Instead of trying to hit a ball with a club into a cup, you're trying to throw a frisbee-like disc into a metal target. You're trying to complete the course in as few throws as possible, just like golf, and can be played by people of all skill levels and ages. It's a great sport.
So what makes a disc golf course maybe different from a regular golf course?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Golfers really enjoy challenges and obstacles. I feel like we can manipulate our discs much more than, say, a golfer can manipulate a golf ball. We can really get it going left to right. A typical or classic disc golf hole might be like a wooded corridor shot where you got to throw a straight shot, and that's the challenge of the shot.
So tell me a little bit about Everyday Disc Golf. How long have you guys been here? When did you get started?
Yeah, I personally got bit by the disc golf bug back in 2006. I got into playing tournaments a lot. From there, I started running tournaments. Eventually, I opened up the store here. We specialize in promoting disc golf. We sell the disc golf gear and also organize tournaments.
So for any potential customers, where are you guys located and when are you open?
We're located in Newport. The address is 303 21st Street. I would explain it by saying we're on the west side of Highway 61, north of Glen Road exit. Share the same building as the post office. We're literally under the post office canopy. It's kind of funny. And we're right across the street from Tanucci's and the Pinion Bar.
So there is just aisles of discs in here. Tell me a little bit about what people are going to find when they walk in.
Yeah, well, there's a variety of models of discs, manufacturers. It can be a little overwhelming. Basically, it's kind of like disc golf clubs in your bag.
Okay.
Basically, we got discs at different ranges for distances. They're slow to fast, they fade left, they fade right. There's 4 main categories of discs. You got putters, mid-ranges, fairway drivers, and distance drivers.
So if I were to be getting started today, what would you want to sell me?
Most new players or players with less power, they are going to benefit from lightweight, understable discs. And right here, I got a Innova starter set that comes with a putter, a mid-range, and a fairway driver, slower, easy to throw discs, and they're lightweight. So it's a double win for a newer player.
Perfect way to start. Well, clearly I have much more to learn here. Would you mind if I stuck around and looked around for a little bit?
Definitely.
Awesome. But first, let's head over to Riverside Park, where a group of citizens learned about plants that grow in the area.
This was the first reported sighting in Minnesota, although I'm out here today to lead a nature hike so that people can get a better understanding of the park here, Riverside Park. What's nice about this park is it's more of a natural area as opposed to probably most of the parks, which are probably mowed turf grass. It gives you a chance to kind of get out into the woods and be right adjacent to the Mississippi River. It borders the backwaters of the Mississippi. It does support some wildlife, some good bird species, so if you're a birder, it's a great place to visit. What we've been doing on this tour is looking at what are some of the good species, the native species, things that were here before humans came in and changed the landscape. Sometimes it's more smelly than other times.
What was the name of it?
Garlic mustard.
Garlic mustard. Oh, yeah.
As well as talking about the invasive species and the work that we've been doing with the city, cooperation with the National Park Service and the DNR to try to control some of these species. So we looked at buckthorn, we looked at garlic mustard, invasive honeysuckle species, and then a species that was first reported in Minnesota here in the park called narrowleaf bittercress. If there's some people that are willing to volunteer their time to maybe pull some of the plants or help cutting buckthorn and controlling narrowleaf bittercress or garlic mustard, let the city know. If you're willing, they sure could use the help. If you have a limited amount of funds or you're going to deal with something in your yards, get the females first.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We had a good group of people out today, and I think everybody learned a thing or two, hopefully, and was able to experience this park, and hopefully we'll be back again.
Wonderful. Thanks much, guys.
Riverside Park is located at the end of 13th Street near the Mississippi River. Now let's head over to Newport City Hall, where Mayor Dan Lund held a town hall forum.
To give a State of the City address followed by an open town hall forum. So just getting started with new residential development. All the blue circles represent current and future residential construction. So we have this home that was built right next to the elementary school, and so that was put up by Stone River Homes, who's doing much of the infill construction in Newport. So moving on to new business development, and this is probably one of the most popular questions I get, is what's going on at the Raceway to Fun site? They are putting up the first of 2 office warehouses, and the initial tenant is Meyer Distributing, an auto parts distributor. And it looks like they have about half of the first building leased to Meyer Distributing, and then the second building is actually going to be the larger one. And so with that, I'll turn it over to the public.
So I'm curious not only what the city is going to do to be more proactive about addressing code enforcement, but also what they're really going to do to enforce it.
That's a great question. The City Council and the Planning Commission are undertaking a complete review of the codes. So we're working on that process. I certainly agree that there are properties that need enforcement action and needed it a long time ago. So we're evaluating our plans for staffing for that and continue to work on it. I really appreciate you all taking the time to share your thoughts with us, and it's a good event. I'd like to do it again. Hopefully the other council members agree, and thanks everyone.
If you weren't able to make the forum and have a question for Mayor Lund, you can send him an email at the address listed at the bottom of the screen. We're back at Everyday Disc Golf, and I'm joined again by Tom. So what besides disc golfs do you sell here at the store?
Yeah, besides the golf discs, carry a variety of items, including the bags or backpacks. I got a cart here, targets, and other apparel and accessories.
All sorts of good stuff in here to choose from for
everything you need.
That's awesome. How can people pick things up if they can't make it out to the store?
Sure. We have a website, everydaydiscgolf.com. You can purchase items on there or contact us through the website.
So where are the different disc golf courses located near Newport?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have one in Newport yet, but Cottage Grove, Oakwood Park is probably the closest course to us. Very nice 18-hole course. Other notable 18-hole courses in the area, you got Invergrove Heights, South St. Paul. There's a nice course in Hastings. There's a nice 9-hole course in West St. Paul at Garlow Park that is a good 9-hole short beginner course. So besides just the immediate courses, with a little bit of research, you'll find the Twin Cities is a hotbed of disc golf, and it's always a new adventure playing a new or different course.
That's great for our short Minnesota winters, so something fun to try next year.
Yeah.
So we're pretty close to Oakwood Park. I've got a little time. Would you be interested in maybe going out and teaching me a little bit about how to play?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. But before we do that, let's head over to Newport City Hall and meet the new Assistant to the City Administrator, Travis Brierly.
Being the Assistant to the City Administrator, I assist the City Administrator, Deb Hill, in the day-to-day operations of the community, as well as help to set up all our council and commission meetings, as well as the minutes. And I help with planning and with the building permits. There's a lot of different job roles that I have, and there is some crossover between everybody in the office. But being smaller, we're constantly busy. We're staying on top of what we can, and part of the challenge to do what we can to make the community better and to keep with improvements. So I enlisted in the Army in December of 2006, originally as a truck driver. I got to do a tour to Afghanistan, and it's been a good career. It's been a lot of learning there, and I get to take a lot of those skills and bring them over to the civilian world and help out another community.
Present?
All council members are present.
I've absolutely loved being here so far. The biggest thing for me is that it is new, it is exciting. I've met a lot of people. I feel very welcome to the community, especially into the office, and with the individuals that I've interacted with so far, it's been very positive.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis.
I was very surprised when I first came to the city that it is quiet. There was a street that we went down one of my first days here, and I looked around and it felt like I was in northern Minnesota up by the cabin. And just having that real small town feel, but being in the middle of all these larger cities, especially being so close to St. Paul, is just amazing to me.
Brierly came from Lewiston, Minnesota, where he served as city administrator. We're back on the show, and we're out here at Oakwood Park. Where is Oakwood Park located?
Hey John, we're here in Cottage Grove, 7851 Harkness Avenue is the address here at Oakwood Park, just across from Jimmy John's Subs.
That's a nice park here in town. So why is it such a great place to play disc golf?
I really like this course. It's a full 18-hole golf course. It's got a great mix of open and wooded holes, and it's got a variety of challenges and shots, and it's also free to play.
So if there's a bit of a challenge to it, how long is it going to take us to play?
That depends on a lot of factors, but you could play with a couple buddies casually in an hour or two. I actually measured the course. It's about a mile. So,
wow.
Puts it in perspective.
You get a nice little walk involved in on that too.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Should we give it a shot and play a hole or two here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's go over here.
Sounds good. Okay. So we talked a little bit before about what does what.
Yeah.
So if I'm correct here, we've got the mid-range and this is the putter. Is that right?
Correct.
Awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and throw the mid-range for an
Sure.
approach and then try to finish it off with the putter.
Awesome. I'm going to let you go first.
All right, bud.
Warming up a little bit. Awesome. Always good.
Just like golf. I take
Yeah, that's right.
practice,
Okay. Wow. I think I have a lot to live up to after that one. All right, here we go. Set that down. Okay. So is stretching, that's probably a good idea?
Hey, you got this.
All right, here we go. And I can kind of run at it too, right?
Yeah, you got the
All
whole pad.
Whew. It's on the same park, so I think that's
It's a work in
good.
progress.
That's good. All right, let's chase it down, I guess.
All right, man.
All right. Okay.
Hey, John, there's a couple things I noticed can maybe
Sure.
help you with your throw there.
Yeah.
The main thing I noticed is you want to keep the disc flat. Newer players have a tendency to get the disc up and to the left.
Sure.
To avoid that, you want to keep it flat, the nose down, and then follow through with it. And that'll
Follow through.
Hopefully keep a flat, straighter line.
Okay. Well, we're set from here. All right. Take two. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
It's going the right direction,
Yeah,
I guess.
man, Rome wasn't built in a day.
All right, let's go to yours.
All right.
Okay. So your shot clearly much closer than mine. So now you're in a putting situation, right?
Yeah, now at this range, I'm going to move to the putter. Very slow, controllable, straight disc. Helps with putting.
And then the goal is, as we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
we're putting it right into the basket, right?
Yeah, it's got to come to rest in the basket. Some people use the chains. You don't have to.
Okay. There it is.
First time.
Awesome. Yeah. That was a nice birdie there, Tom.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Every once in a while they go in.
Well, recently St. Paul Park Mayor Sandi Dingle presented pendants from Selvig's Jewelers to the St. Paul Park Fire Department. Let's take a look.
Because of your bravery, your courage, and your sacrifices, and your dedication, that we're all able to live in a beautiful community. We want you to accept this Florian pendant as our appreciation, and I'm speaking on behalf of Christine and all of the businesses. So the businesses that did donate to this were from St. Paul Park, Cottage Grove, and Newport. This, I know, meant a lot to Christina personally. She's had some personal tragedy in her life where there was both police and fire involved, and it's her way of giving back, and she just wants all of you to know, and she's right. We all appreciate you all very, very much. So I want to thank you, Kirk, and all of you, and I applaud you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we've got one for everybody here. Thanks.
Speaking of all the guys, we do appreciate all the support of the city and everybody has around this neighborhood. It's been good.
And I appreciate
Very
you all showing up tonight. This is awesome. So it's a big deal. You guys are a big deal.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
The pendants will symbolize protection for the firefighters of St. Paul Park. I'm back at Oakwood Park, and I'm playing a little bit of catch up with Tom here. He's pretty good. So while I catch up, why don't you take a look at this video about Kyle Lindquist as we celebrate his retirement. Not bad.
Officially retiring as of today from the city of St. Paul Park after working 29 plus years. I started on the reserve program in February of '83. I actually became a community enforcement officer in '85 and went full-time in '88. I'm going to miss the guys, the camaraderie. I'm going to miss the job. I always enjoyed it. Coming to work was always fun and exciting, doing something different every day. Chasing the bad guys was always a good time. I'm going to miss that part of it, the action part of it. So.
In recognition of your retirement and years of dedicated service to the St. Paul Park Police Department, Kyle Lindquist has your duties of service as officers and investigator.
Awesome.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, this is something that you always wish for until it comes, and then you sit back and say, "Wow, am I ready to do this?" I'm ready to move on. Next chapter, do something different. This is cool. Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
Officer Mike Knutson has assumed the role of investigator for the city of St. Paul Park. We're back here with Tom Marcus to wrap up the show. Tom just took an incredible shot, and he is going for birdie here, so I'm going to let him go for it.
Yep, hopefully I can make this one here.
There it is. Perfect. Why do you think that disc golf is such a great sport to play?
For me, probably the biggest thing I like about it is that it's out at these nice preserved parks. It gives me an opportunity to come out, enjoy nature, kind of connect in that way, feel like it helped de-stress in that way, it's kind of grounding, if you will. Some other things that I really like about disc golf, some of the nicest people I've ever met at the disc golf courses and in the scene, if you will. And I also feel like it helps promote some good values like sportsmanship, respect for others. So I can't say enough good things about disc golf and what it's done for me.
How did you get your start playing disc golf? That's
a great question. I actually, first played the game in '97 with a couple friends over a period of a summer. And it wasn't until 2006 I picked it up again, and I really got bit by the disc golf bug, started playing tournaments all the time, got really immersed in the local Twin Cities disc golf scene for a couple years, and that led me to eventually running my own tournaments and eventually opening a store.
So what was it like for you getting your start with a business in Newport doing this thing that you love?
It's been a great opportunity. Originally I'd moved to Inver Grove Heights, and I found this storefront that was in near proximity, and it worked well for me. In general, I really am grateful for the opportunity it's afforded me to have a storefront with my business. I've enjoyed working with the City of Cottage Grove here at Oakwood Park on a couple of course improvement projects, and I'd love to see disc golf expand in the local cities, including Newport and Woodbury, included in their park system.
Tom, thank you for spending your morning here with us today.
Thank you, John, for taking the time to talk to me today.
I have to make this shot here, but and then we've got a whole nother 16 holes to play. So until next time, we'll see you from the great river cities of Newport and St. Paul Park. Here we go. There it is. We got it. I got it now.